Let's see. Where's Monica? I thought I saw Monica on there. Is that Patrice? Is Patrice? There's Monica. Okay. Okay. Hopefully everyone's checking in. It's about 7 after 7. I wanted to go ahead and get started, and I have a couple of things I want to announce. First of all, there's a little delay in when I say something here and then when it gets to you. So if I'm quiet in between, it's because I'm waiting for it to catch up and then for you to respond. Happy April. We made it through 2 weeks of social distancing. It's when we started our hashtag March Madness. It looks like with everything that's going on, especially for those of us that are in Florida, looks like we're going to have another 30 days. But if you're like me, it's just more stamping, right? More crafting, social distancing through crafting. I think I told you the last time that I'm canceled all my appointments, so I don't want to show you my roots, but I have gray roots, and I'm not sure I can really wear them with pride. I'm probably going to have to cover them up because they're just going to drive me crazy. I did do a acrylic fill. I got a kit from Amazon and did my first acrylic fill. It's okay, don't look at it too closely. You kind of have to look at it kind of like this, off to the side, and then it looks straight, right? So how's everybody doing out there? Huh? How's everyone doing? Tell me how you're doing. Tina, Monica, how you doing? Who else do we have here? Check in and let me know how you're doing. Everybody's hopefully doing well. Okay, I'll wait for you to go ahead and respond. Oh, good, Tina responded. Good here. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually lost this nail, and I think I'm gonna have to. It flipped off, so I glued it back on just for the video today. So I thought, well, I'm learning. As long as I don't get mold, green stuff, I may have to take them all off the next time. Monica, glad to hear that you're stamping quite a bit. It's nice to kind of get back into it. I know our stamps and our craft rooms are like our best friends. It's like just a comfortable place to be. That's kind of how I feel about my craft room, and just being able to spend time crafting. So I tell my husband it's my happy place. If you're gonna make me shelter in place, just leave me alone. Let me craft and I'll be okay. Let's see, I wonder if Catherine's gonna get on. I spoke to her this afternoon. She's also sheltering in place in DC, and she's having, it's challenging when you're all by yourself. So I call my mother every day. I call my sister every other day. I call Catherine. I've reached out to college friends, high school friends, just to see how they're doing, and let them know that I'm thinking about them. And someone had brought up the idea for this month, if maybe our theme should be thinking of you, thinking of friends, let family and friends know that we're thinking about them, as kind of a theme for our cards. I'd like to know what you kind of thought about that. I think Amy and I can't think of her name, came up with that. Amy's from New Jersey, and we do have a brand new member. She's joined, but she's never posted before. She's been very shy about posting. Let me see if I can find her name. Probably not. Anyway, she's going to get a little bonus surprise tonight because she finally broke out of her shell and she posted her first card on Facebook. And that's what we're all about. We want to post stuff that we're doing and share ideas. So so that's good. So I don't see Jackie here, but I did want to announce that I went through all the comments and all the posts and tallied them up to come up with the winner for our March Madness. And it was Jackie with 22 cards. She posted 5 cards on the 31st, 3 cards on the 18th, 2 cards on the 24th, 4 on the 16th, 2 on the 20th. I mean, she was very consistent with her posting. Now, the reason why I need a hashtag when you enter the contest is because that's how I can call up all the people who have posted and I can give you credit. So, like for our next competition, if you just put the hashtag in there, you can get credit. So I believe Jackie is going to get the stamp set Sip Sip Hooray. It's just the stamps, it's not the dies, but if I run across the dies, then I'll see if I can send them out to her. But it's a really cool stamp set. So this is for Jackie, who won our posting. Now we also had some really good winners for posting. I'm going to give now some of you that are demonstrators, you may get a little something from me because Catherine said that she wanted to make sure that you guys got something. But I'm going to give Melinda, because that's it, Melinda. Melinda is going to get something, and I have to contact her to find out what she wants. Probably a embossing folder or something, because she went out of her comfort zone and she posted her first card. So I want to challenge Melinda to keep posting for the month of April. And then Tina, I want to send you something. I don't know if you've already gotten some yarn, and I want to send Amy something because your comments are just fantastic, and you really did a lot to enliven our team. So go ahead and self-message me, and I can get your address and send you a little goodie. I'd really like to do that. And I think that's really all for all the posters. So for next month, make sure if you want to enter in and win a stamp set, you have to put the hashtag so I can call that up at the end of the month and make sure that you get credit so I can count. Okay, that is our contest. Now, the mailing selector for the annual catalog is open. For those of you that I am your demonstrator, just make sure go into your site, go into to the Stamp Art Connection, to your the store, and make sure that your address is correct so that your annual catalog, your new annual catalog, will be sent there. You have until 30 April to make sure that all your information is up to date. I also put out the new, oh, Jackie's here. Oh my gosh, Lenora. I just scrolled up and realized there were more here. Lenora is another wonderful friend of mine. We went to college together, and I'm so glad she was able to join us. And oh yeah, Jackie and her mimosas. And yay to Melinda and Amy and Tina. Like I said, just message me so I can make sure that you get something. Okay, I also put out the new April host code. So that's out. It's posted at the top. I'll probably be putting a newsletter together. You'll notice that I put out a little Ripple video, and it was about color. One of our members said that they're really getting stuck in a color rut. Okay, best way to get out of a color rut is to look at things that you like, and I kind of suggested nature. But if you go through some magazines and you like some interior designs, and there's some pretty colors that are put together, especially when you look at like Sherwin-Williams when they're doing paints for rooms, you just kind of go around and scope those kind of things. I was kind of limited with what I chose for my Ripple video because I have to be careful with what I publish. Otherwise, I can be in copyright infringement. So those were particular pictures that I'm able to share under the Ripple program. So I kind of wanted to just kind of show you how a lot of really neat scenes, be it fruit or nature, you can get some, can kind of inspire you to make some neat combinations. Now, the way I get color ideas is I like to go to the designer series paper, and I pick the colors out of the designer series paper, either the front or back. That's kind of how I do it. Now, for today's project, I want to show you a couple things that I was working on. And I'm hoping Amy was here because I want to show you a neat technique that Amy told me about, and I did it. Okay, I guess I'll just show it to you now. Okay, you've seen this stamp set, the Dress to Impress, and you loved all the lipstick stuff. I don't think if you've seen some of the things that I've done with it. Hold on, let me show you. This is the Dress to Impress set, and it comes with framelits. You can make, I gotta make sure I'm in the right place. You can make this little purse, and inside this little purse, I made this lovely little card, and the little card says, "Hello, Fabulous." And I did a video on how to make leopard pumps. So that's what's kind of cool about this Dress to Impress. I also made this little purse. And this little purse has a little lipstick and a little perfume bottle that's in the pocket. And then I made another little card in here. And it is simply all kinds of neat little lipsticks. But you have, and then I made this little box. This is a pizza box. And I made this one, and this one has all the neat little shapes. You get a perfume bottle, and let's see what else I did. Oh, I did Be As Bold As Your Lipstick, and of course I love leopard pumps. I had to do the leopard pumps. Life's too short, you have to get the shoes. Okay, so I put all of these little cards, and there's the little cards that come in the catalog that come with the card and the envelope. And the envelope's really cute, so it's a little 3x3 card that you don't have to worry about. and here's the little envelope, and you kind of just match them up real easy, nothing to worry about. The card is actually colored with this yellow, so you just stamp and you're done. And then they fit nicely in this little pizza box. So this is one of the projects, because this was my favorite. This was my pick when I was at the convention, and I had to have this set. So I just love this set. And I made all the little purses, but I never got to the gift shop to put my stuff in, because I went to DC and then, you know, came home and socially distanced. But you'll notice that we have perfume, we have lipstick, we have high heels, but what are we missing? Nail polish. Well, ladies, here is a bottle of nail polish that you can make using your Dress to Impress stamps, and I'm going to show you how. I'm also going to run through a real quick tutorial on this card. Now this looks kind of weird, right? Well, it's off on its side because when you open this card up, it does that. It's called a double twisted, what is it called? Double twisted easel card. So this is a double twisted easel card, and it's very, very, very simple to make. And I made this with the Easter. So there it is. It can sit on your dresser. Happy Easter. So that was my project this weekend. These are the single twisted easel cards, and that's what we made last week, the single twisted. I also made this one, and again I'm just using DSP, and I kind of colored, and I used the let's see, there you go. So now you can kind of see that one, and then I kind of got a little bit I kind of went for it, and I did this one, and this is for my friend Terry Yackel, because Terry is a runner with her husband. She used to be a pilot, and look at that. Isn't that cool? So that's the other card that I made. So I made several of these, and I just wanted to show you them. Okay, so let me see if I can switch my camera angle here so that I can show you how we're going to make our nail polish bottle. All right, so let's see if I can transition here. Yay, okay, I did it. Okay. We're going to use a stencil to come up with this nail polish. This nail polish bottle, okay? So let me kind of get some of these things out of the way here. Now I'm going to use the Stamparatus. I love the Stamparatus, and these are the little I guess what do they call them? They're maskings. You had a mask. Okay, so here's my Stamparatus, and I actually got a new mat here for my photopolymer stamps, and a neat hard top. All right, let me get rid of these. So Amy explained this to me over the phone, and I had to kind of figure it out for myself. So if she ever gets on and joins us, I guess she can grade me and see how I did. So I got a piece of cardstock, and I think I want to put it this way. And I'm going to try as hard as I can because I know this is upside down. But before I did that, I took a piece of note paper, and I'm going to put my note paper right there, okay? And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my plate that has my perfume bottle on it, and I'm just going to make sure that it fits kind of nicely right over that. And you know, I might mark it only because I had some problems trying to line this up. So I'm just going to mark it right here. And I know this is in here. Okay. I'm just going to get some Memento black ink. And we're just going to ink this up. And then we're just going to go ahead and okay, because now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a mask, and I've got my line right here, so I'm going to peel this off. Okay. Then I'm going to take another piece, and I think I'm going to see if I can just put it right in the same place. And I'm going to take off this plate, and I'm going to shift plates because I'm going to use my lipstick stamp, only I'm going to turn my lipstick stamp upside down. My lipstick stamp is this part's going to be the top of my bottle. So we're going to stamp this so we can make our mask. Okay, so there we go. And we're just going to get rid of that right there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to take those off to the side. I'm going to bring my cutting mat in. And I'm going to have my masks here. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to need an X-Acto. And let me see if I can kind of, let me just pull in over here just a little bit. All right. So I'm going to take an X-Acto, and all I really want to do is I want to mask this, but I don't want to mask my lines, right? So it's a little tricky, and hopefully my X-Acto will work. So I'm going to, I want to keep my lines. So I'm just going to go around like this, right, around my outside. Okay, and we're just going to go right there. Now I want to get rid of this, and the only way I can do that is I'm going to kind of, I've ended my piece, my scoring or my cutting right there. So I am just going to come up this side, and I'm going to come up this side, and I'm going to cut this out. Or I'm rather going to cut this out because this needs to mask that label on my perfume bottle, right? So this is what I want stamped right here. Okay, so that's where my perfume bottle is going to go. So I'm going to lift this up, and we're going to put that aside because this is what I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create just the bottle right there, and I don't want to stamp the perfume. Now for my lid, for my top, I want to keep all of this, and the only thing I don't want is my lipstick piece. So I am going to I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this There. So there is our masking for that. Now, let's see how well I can do this now. All right. So my bottle is going to go right here. So I'm going to line this up, right? There's my line right there. And I might need to move it over just a smidge. Now, I don't know any other way of doing this. If you guys have a better idea, let me know. I mean, I just kind of figured this out on the fly this afternoon. I'd be interested to see if someone comes up with another idea. Okay. All right, so there is our bottle. So now look at that. So there's our nail polish bottle. So I'm just going to pull this out, take out that plate, and now I'm going to line up this one. See that? See how it lines up right there? Isn't that cool? So now I can go ahead and put this. I'm going to put this right here. Let's see if it lines up. I'm going to move it over. Yep, okay. So now let's go ahead and ink up the top of our bottom of our lipstick thing, and hopefully that one, and not quite. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to move this down just a little bit. Yes, there it goes. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's what I love about the Stamparatus. You can move this thing around, and there you go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Ta-da! Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some lovely lipstick, and this lovely lipstick color, if you look at your catalog, this lovely lipstick is going to go out. It is not going to be available after the new catalog. So if you love this color, now's the time to look at those colors, the in colors, and make sure that you buy your pads and your ink now before they go out of, before they sell out. And let me see, here's my dark lovely lipstick, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to go right around here. And then I'm going to take a, what is this, light crumb cake, and thought, oh, here's my gray. Then I'm just going to get some gray. Now I'd love to make some cards now. Now I have an excuse to make cards for my nail tech. And send her a card to see how she's doing. Now for the, let's see, I think I have. this? Yeah. For my glass, I'm just going to use some blue for my glass. And there you go. Hey, how's that? How is that for coming up with a lovely lipstick, nail polish bottle to go with that set? I think that's fantastic. And Amy did a great job coming up with this idea. I tell you, Amy is so talented. She takes stuff that Stampin' Up! has put out, and she finds a different way to use it. So Amy gets the prize this month for just what a great idea. So here are the samples of my masks that I made. Very simple to do. Using your stamp set, and it gives you just a lot more versatility with that stamp set. So there you go. Okay, so let's move on, and I want to show you this next fold for a card. This is called the double twisted easel card, and I am using this stamp set right here. Let me pull out a little bit. I am using this stamp set, and then I have these dies which say Happy Easter. And I've already done some pre-work, but you'll need, I'm using Purple Posy. This is that paper that came from the Police's punch paper. Love that. So I've got a piece of paper that I'm going to use, and I have some other pieces that I have cut out. I'm going to give you the dimensions here in a minute. When I took this stamp set here, I went ahead and stamped and used my stamping blends to color these. And I used the gray, I used balmy blue, I used Purple Posy, the little squirrel is in crumb cake, and then I stamped out on this 4x4 card. These are the little ducks that are going to follow the mama duck across, and that's what we're going to put this card together. But I just wanted to show you how pretty those are. They do not have dies, but I used the scan and cut. I think that thing's fantastic. You have to be very careful because it won't pick up. These lines are very, very skinny, very thin line drawings. So I had to go over the rabbit and just kind of make sure that the lines were a little thicker. The same with the duck, and I had to connect some feet and some feathers to make sure that the scanner would pick up the image. So I don't know how many I don't know how many of you have a scan and cut, but it's really great. Hey Jackie, thank you for that tip on the full adhesive pads. That's a great idea. If you have it in Amazon, post a picture on Stamping Fusion so we can see that. Okay. So for your double twisted card, you're going to need, moving all the way out, you're going to need your cutter. Okay, and I'm going to put this off to the side. You're going to need a piece of cardstock. And this is just a regular piece of cardstock. I'm going to open up. This is the new cutter they just came out with. I love it. And you'll see why here in a minute. Okay, the paper you want to start out with has to be 8 by 8. So there's 8. Right there's my 8. And 8 by 8. Okay, so you have an 8 by 8 square. You now want to take the square, turn it, and you want to score it at 4 inches. This is my cutter, so I'm going to move that out of the way. And then this is my scoring tool. So I'm going to score it. Okay, now I'm going to turn it, and I have it scored, right? I'm going to turn it. Again, I'm going to line it up at 4, but I'm going to cut it at my score line. Now what's neat about this cutter is that it's got a little line over here, so that all I have to do, and let me go in so you can see how I'm going to do this. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is my score line. So my little score blade is going to come all the way down, and all I have to do is match this little line right here up with my score line. I hope you can see that little line right there. And I'm done, okay? And I open that up. Now I'm going to turn it, and I've got a square here. It's cut on one side and it's scored on the other. So I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put a score line going out in that direction. And let me just get my sample to make sure that I'm showing you what you're doing. Okay, so we just scored this, and I just cut that piece there, right? So now we're going to turn the paper, and we're going to score, right? For this square right here, we're going to score it right there. Okay? So, and how you're going to do it is you're going to line up this point here and this point in the cutting troughs. And what's nice about this is that I can kind of rest it right here on this edge and rest it here. I can put my cover down, and I can see my blade, and I don't want my blade, I want my score, and I'm going to put this little dot right here, and I'm just going to score up. Okay, and there it is, perfectly scored. All right, so that's that one. This one is going to go out in that direction, so I'm going to do the same thing, lining it up. Perfect square, corner to corner. And I'm going to score that down to here, and there we go. I'm just going to set that right there. Okay, so now I'm going to get my bone folder. Here it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold these, and just kind of crease them a little bit there. And then this is going to go creased right here, and this is going to go creased right here. Okay, simple, easy peasy. All right. So that is going to create your easel right there. That's going to create your easel. Okay, so now that we have these pieces done, now we're going to put the top sides on. So for the top sides, which is this piece, and then I'm going to have a piece of, let's see, yeah. I'm going to have a piece of Whisper White for my duck, and let me get these guys out of the way. Okay, and I have another piece, which is going to be a piece of yellow that I'm going to put under there, and I'm going to put another piece, a piece of yellow that's going to go over there. Okay, so these are the pieces that are going to pop up on my easel. All right, now this is 4 by 4, and I will have measurements for you. But the yellow is going to be, because that's going to fit right in there, the yellow is going to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then this Whisper White piece is going to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And that's a perfect square. And the same with that side. Now, after I stamped it, and I chose to stamp it rather than cut it out because I just didn't have, it was just too fussy, and I thought I would go ahead and I would cut out the little bird and I would pop him up, and then I'll have my sentiments up there, is that I used let's see, I used a an embossing folder, and let me find it. I used the Subtle Impression embossing folder. So both of these are going to go run through the embossing folder. So hang with me. Talk among yourselves. Okay, so that one, see how pretty that is? That just really comes out very, very nicely. And I'm going to do this piece. So I'm going to pull in just so I can show you how pretty this texture is. I love that very subtle texture. And I'm going to kind of finish this off by putting just a nice frame around this. It will look really nice. I love doing this when I have something that's plain white and I just want to add a little something extra to make it pop. Very, very effective way to kind of frame a sentiment or an image. And it's just very easy to do using your scoreboard. See how pretty that comes out? That's just so pretty. Okay, so and it looks really nice when you finally put it on the yellow. All right. So let me see. I'm going to glue those on here. This one's going to be there, and then all I'm going to do, I'm going to use pop-ups for that, and I think it's going to be, I think I'm going to do it this way. Happy Easter, right? Happy Easter. All right. I chose a piece of foil, and this is some foil that was in one of the other, I think it was in Celebrations like last year. But I really liked it because it's kind of holographic. Can you see how it's holographic? I thought it was kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these out of my foil. Now on the back, see this? This is that product I have, and I think I put it on the website. This is it's just a roll of sticky that you can put behind your paper, and then you can just peel it off and it can adhere. So let me go ahead and do these, which is much easier to put on than the old product that Stampin' Up! Came up with some time ago, which really was kind of burdensome to try to put on. So let me just run this through. And That did not go through. So I am going to have to do it again. Okay, now we're good. All right, so I've got those now. Okay, so I'm going to put my little duck is going to go on here, and I'm going to use some dimensionals. And we're just going to stick it up here like this. And let me just make sure I get this right. Okay. Yep, because that's where my Easter is going to go. Now, these guys have grass. This guy doesn't have grass, but I'm going to make grass. So I'm just going to go like this with my acid-free black journaling pen. And then I'm just going to get some of my Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to go ahead and just color that in. And you wouldn't even know. And I'm just going to color that in like that. And there you go. You wouldn't even know that I didn't stamp that, right? It looks just perfect. All right, and then I'm going to get some of my glue, and we're going to glue this down, because the real trick is mounting these on our base card. That's the real trick, because there is a way that you have to position them for them to open up nicely. We're just going to put that one there. And I should be using my silicone mat underneath so I don't get glue all over the place. And then we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to just put some glue here. I have found that the more I stamp, the more I use glue instead of the snail. Things fall off on my snail when I use snail, and I used to be such a yes, Jackie, I'm doing this all upside down. I used to be such a I used to love snail, and maybe the snail has changed, but I only feel really confident if I have glue. And I guess some of it too is that, you know, I do take my cards over to the little shop over here in Seville Quarter, and I sell them. So, you know, I guess I feel more inclined to make sure that my stuff really sticks, and I don't want, you know, someone to give someone a card and they put it on the refrigerator and then something like plops off. I think that would be kind of sad. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it around so I can make sure. Let's see, this is Easter and this one's happy. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel. I love this, watch, it just peels right off. Beautiful. And I'm just gonna put that right there. Ah, and then, oh, just love that. And then I'm gonna take this one, and I'm not sure, I think this was like in a package called Lots of Sayings, and they have a ton of sayings for all kinds of occasions. And I think I'm not sure if it's in the mini catalog or in the annual catalog. But if I find it, I'll let you know, because I didn't buy an Easter stamp that said Happy Easter. when you can buy something like this, and you can, you know, I mean, you can get what you need without having to use an Easter stamp. It's a little more work, but okay, so there's our Happy Easter. Now, we're going to take our card that we made right here. Let me pull out so you can see what we're doing. So these have to come in and they have to be aligned like this. So they go looking at each other, because when you open this up, it's going to pop up and then they're going to be facing you. You see that? So that's how they have to be arranged. Now, I cut this down because I want the purple, which is 4x4, to just kind of peek out along the edge. So what I did is I take one side like this, and it's just like on the other card. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to find my pencil, and I'm just going to draw a pencil line right there, okay? And I'm going to put an X, because that's where the glue goes, okay? So otherwise, okay, so you do it like this, you fold it, and then you put an X where the glue goes, all right? That's important because it will disorient you. Same thing with this one. I'm going to hold it so I have it centered. I'm just going to flip it over, bend it, and then I'm going to put a line right there, and I'm going to put an X. That's where the glue goes. All right, so now I can turn these around, and I'm going to use tear tape to adhere them onto the card. And I'm just going to put it just below that line. It doesn't have to go all the way to the end. You can just do it below that line and just right about here. And yeah, the way my camera's set up, Jackie, is my camera is in front of me looking down on my desk, because I do use this desk for work. So when I film everything upside down, and I have a monitor that I can kind of see to make sure that I'm getting the image in the camera for what I'm trying to show. And then when I go to edit it, then I just rotate it so it's right side up when people are looking at it. So it's very handy, but when you're doing a live video, a YouTube live video, it can be disorienting for you because you're looking at it and I'm doing everything, upside down. Okay, so let's see, I gotta make sure. Yeah, this one goes on this side. So here's Easter. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to line that up in the middle and put it right there. Okay? And it is, what did I do? Oh no, I screwed it up. What did I do? Hold on, you guys. No. Let me think. How did I screw that up? Hold on. How did I screw that up? I screwed it up. Look at that. I don't understand. All right, I got to think about this for a minute. Because, ouch, I said that you have to have it like this, right? You have to have it like this. Yeah, that's correct. But I put the but I put the stuff on the wrong end. I put it on like this. All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to cover this piece. Stay with me. I'll fix it. It's tricky. Told you it's tricky. I'm going to cover this piece with this. Okay. All right. That is saved. Now, this piece I haven't done anything to, so I can just re-put the tape on whichever way I want to put the tape on, which is actually, oh, you know what I did? Look at this. So when you put this on here and you want to figure out where you put the glue, open your card, turn your flap, put your X over here. That's where you want the glue. Do you see that? You see how I turned that around? Okay, that's what I did. All right. So I'm going to put my glue, and where is my tear tape? I am going to put my glue right over here. Now I may have to cover this. Let's see, is that? It's not quite. Let me cover this 4x4. Give me a moment because I want both sides to look the same. So let me just do a little 4x. Okay, so I'm going to cover this so that it all looks because I want this to look, yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so let me just cover this up so it looks halfway uniform. All right. All right, so this goes here. And I got to trim this. Oh, really? What set? The little you know, Jackie, oh, thank you. See? This is why you need friends. You see this? This is why you need friends. This is why you can't craft alone. Now, if you can figure out a better way to do that, nail polish piece, let me know. Okay. I would never have thought of that. Ugh. I will have to remember that if I do a video. But you know, I always like it when I watch a video and I see someone make a mistake, because it's like, oh God, you know, you're so human. Thank you so much for being human. And this is the kind of stuff you do when you're alone in your craft room and you're like, what did I just do? Okay, so Easter goes right there, right? Okay, Jackie saved the day. If you guys have ideas about what you want to see, or a set you want to see, or a technique, let me know so we can come up with something like for next week. If this is a good time, you guys want to meet, as long as we're kind of sheltering in place, you know, this works for me too. Okay, there we go. Take a look at that. There it is. See that? Now, the other thing that I do is that one piece of this right here, this is 4x4. So what I did was I'm going to grab my cutter again, and all I did was cut this into a triangle. Let me see. Let's... And this triangle is going to go very nicely in here, like that. And if you put it in there, then it can kind of catch your paper, can kind of catch your and open. And then I used let me get a punch so I can, well, I'm just going to go ahead and punch this out. Hold on, I don't have my die. I'm using this punch here. I'm using this punch, and I'm just going to line it up like that. Actually, what I could do, I do what Amy tells me to do. I just go ahead and I cut it. I just stamp a whole bunch of things. There we go. That's better. And then we're just going to put that right there. And I'm just going to use, you know, I'm not going to use tear tape, because what you really need to do with this piece right here is you kind of need to move it around and get it into place. So I like to use the glue, and the glue kind of also helps you kind of move it a little bit, so you get a little time to make sure your piece is aligned correctly. Okay, so now we're just going to put that, line that up there, line it up here and there. Then we're going to grab some dimensionals and we're going to pop this up. And the little tab right there actually serves to kind of hold your easel together. Do you see that? Do you see how you can kind of use that to kind of hold your little easel pieces? There you go. So there are your cards. And you can add, you know, whatever else you want to do. All right. So there's your, I've heard some demonstrators call their Wednesday group the Wind Down Wednesday. So if this is a good time for you, let me know. As long as we're doing this, I'll be able to get together every Wednesday, or maybe I'll pop on and just do a fast video. But thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciated it. And let me know what you want to see next time. Stay safe, and post. I'll put out what the competition is going to be. It's going to be for the entire month of April, and I think we're going to go with the maybe a theme, like letting your family know you're here, and I think Amy picked out some really cool sentiments. So okay, that's all I have. If anyone have any questions or anything? Haha, yeah. Jackie was there for my first workshop, so Jackie knows. Thank you, Jackie. But hey, you saved me tonight, girlfriend. And remember, isn't this cool? That is like awesome. All right, love you guys. Take care. Have a safe week, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your posts. And Tina, and I'll get Amy to send me your Tina, send me your address so I can send you a gift, because you had some great comments this week, and we're glad you joined the group. And my friend, my dearest friend, my college friend, Lenora, I'm so happy to see you. Please give me a call. I'd love to catch up and see how your family's doing. I'm glad to see that you're safe. All right, guys. Kat Chancellor, love you. Take care.